yeah. Ball in my court, high step is a layup. My life like a movie, just keep moving, it's a trailer. Chefing in my kitchen, got me trying to get my cake up. I thank God for all this coming to me, not straight up. Ball in my court, high step.
Microphone check, 1, 2.
Heavy.
Are we here? With the mic?
Yeah.
Gotta get stronger.
You're right.
We recording? Because that's good content right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's recording.
Episode 4.
Make sure that one's recording. I think that one's recording though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Make sure the mics are on. Make sure. We just watched combo highlights. Now everybody's hyped because that's what I do when you watch me play. But welcome to episode 4 with Ash and Combo. He's with us. I wanted to start with the New York Knicks because when I watch the New York Knicks play, I almost regurgitate. The offense is absolutely horrendous. All I see is Julius Randle ISOs over and over and over again. They cannot get easy buckets. And to win in the playoffs, you need easy buckets. I mean, I love the way Brunson's been playing, last year, this year. But I don't know, man. I just think it's time for Tibbs. I'm coming in hot here, but it's like the team is just tough to watch on offense. It's not beautiful basketball.
Yeah, I mean, the Knicks haven't had beautiful basketball since the history of time, since probably Walt Clyde Frazier. I mean, they were tough to watch in the 90s, even that beloved Patrick Ewing team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the Knicks agenda is. It's hard, it's like it's really, really difficult when it's a business. And the Knicks are probably one of the most profitable businesses.
That's interesting.
So it's like you never want to you going to a Knicks game is a tourist event. So because of that, it's like they never go from scratch to rebuild. Like they're always looking for an aged player or an appreciated player. And they kind of build off of that and they get kind of respectable and then it gets destroyed again. And then they build these expectations and then they're never filled. I don't know what the Knicks problem is, right? But
they got some nice young pieces.
I think
Quickly, McBride.
Yeah. But they're trying to those pieces are essential. They're not add-ons, you know what I mean? Like even Jalen Brunson, no disrespect, I think he's a piece. You know what I mean? He's not a star.
He's a star. He's not a superstar.
He's not a star.
He's a star.
He's not a star.
He's a star.
I don't think
he's one of the most valuable players in the NBA last year. He totally changed that franchise around. Put Julius Randle in place to become a better version of him.
I don't think.
You know who's doing a disservice to Randle? Tibbs. He doesn't run him in enough actions. He doesn't get him downhill. It's just everybody watching him play one-on-one.
Yeah, I also think Julius Randle has a unique game, a weird game that
it's a lot of bully ball.
It's a lot. It's his game is it's bully ball. It's contingent upon people not playing hard, right? He'll kind of run into you, get his own offensive rebound, but that stuff doesn't work in the playoffs. That's why he struggles in the playoffs all the time. You have to get a fine-tuned, nuanced game that you can rely on, and he can't. You can't do bully ball in the playoffs.
Especially not against the Bucks.
Yeah.
You got Brook Lopez and Giannis down there. I mean, the Celtics, they're going to be good defensively. It works against the Cavs in the regular season, and it even worked against the Cavs in the playoffs. But against those really good defensive teams, if you can't find a way to get easy buckets, there's no way you're going to bully your way through to victory.
I hate watching Julius Randle. It's one of the it's so painful to watch this dude play basketball. He's got such an ugly game. It's constantly out of control. He plays like Zion without any of the force, without any of the grace. It's just because Zion, the thing about Zion is Zion also plays bully ball, also plays out of control, often out of control, jumps into people's bodies, jumps in the air before he thinks about what he's going to do.
But the
problem is that he gets back up before you can even get down, which is crazy. His second jump is just wild, you know?
The athleticism defies the decisions.
Yeah, exactly. But that's going to change. I mean, the only person that has ever been successful with for a significant amount of time is Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook has been the most out of control basketball player since he touched the basketball, but it works for him. Like he runs, I remember when I was in high school and I was just like more athletic than most people, faster, better than most people. I used to just be like, I think I'm going to drive. And I drove and it worked. I was like, I think I'm going to do a step back or do this. And it worked a lot of times. When I got to college,
you're predetermining.
Yeah, absolutely. I just felt like you were.
It's a wild way to play,
bro. The thing about it, it's that successful.
Wait a second. You knew like when you were going down the court what you were going to do?
I mean, in a half court set, I'd be like, I just feel like driving. I'm going to drive.
So you didn't read the game at all?
I didn't start playing basketball till I was 9th grade. I was just naturally talented. You know what I mean? So this is high school. Like in 9th grade is when I first started playing basketball, you know? So I just drove and it worked. When I got to college, it was a harsh reality. You know what I mean? You had to start understanding defenses, start understanding movement. You know what I mean? Make decisions based off of how the defense was playing you. Like it was.
The great players don't play against the person in front of them. They play against the game of basketball.
I got to that point when I was in my mid-20s. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like well after my basketball career when I was just playing pickup. Yeah. You know, so I always wish that like I was able to learn stuff at a younger age. Like I had no one to teach me. Like I had no dad. I had no adult influence. Like I learned the game off of just like I used to VHS record on VHS like Allen Iverson, Ray Allen, Kobe Bryant, all these players, and I would like slow motion all the images and stuff like that, and I try to learn the moves off of that.
Guidance is so important for younger players.
Absolutely, man. Like I had none of that, you know. Like I learned on my own. Like I never practiced basketball. I never worked on my game ever. Like my entire game was a product of just hooping. I could shoot and I never shot. Like I never took shots. I never worked on my shot. Like I just played, you know? And it's because I didn't have any older figures that would tell me like, you know, this is how you got to work on your game. Like in my mind, that didn't make you, I was like, how can that make you better? There's no defense there. There's no, you know, but like didn't really realize that like creating repetition, sometimes you can get to a groove where you can make a move that is just, you can't really contest it. It's just a matter if you make it or not. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I never had that in my game. And then by the time I even got to the point where I could think about doing that, I mean, I was well out my prime, you know?
You mentioned the vicious cycle with the Knicks, always looking for that next aging star. Joel Embiid is not quite aging, and he's been linked to the Knicks. And I said when James Harden opted in to opt out, it was the beginning of the end for Joel Embiid. Do you feel like that's the missing piece for the Knicks?
No. Yeah, there's something about Joel Embiid and his lack of leadership that I think wouldn't work with the Knicks. Like I think the Knicks really need their best player to be a leader. Like I think the only reason that Knicks team in the 90s was
their best player is their leader.
Well, Joel Embiid would be their best player if he got on the team.
Yes.
You know?
I mean, Brunson's their leader and he's their best player.
Yeah, but he's not that good of a best player. So, you know, like
he's good.
He's good. He's just not that good of a best player. If he's the best player on your team, bro, you ain't winning shit.
I think if you could get Joel Embiid, you get Joel Embiid. Because what they have now is not winning.
Oh yeah, no. I think if you get Joel Embiid, yeah, they're gonna compete, but they're gonna be. It's literally going to be the Philadelphia 76ers in New York.
They got to the second round last year. If you could keep Randle and Brunson some way with Joel Embiid, because they have some nice young pieces that they could trade. I don't know who you would have to give up, but I'm sure I'm sure they would want quickly. Even though like him and Maxi's kind of weird, but yeah, it's like I think if you could keep those three, there's a chance you could get past the second round. I mean, that's an MVP. It's going to be an upgrade.
The thing, like, okay, what, like, this is every time people say something about what the Knicks should do to get them past the next round, I ask the question: what are your goals as Knicks?
It's always championship with the Knicks fans.
Then what is getting past the next round? Like
They'll be better than they are now. They'll have an MVP.
Do you think that there will be a champion? Like, that's the thing. Like, if your goal is championship,
you have to strive towards being a champion. If you get there or not, that's a whole discussion. As I always say, there's one team that wins it every year. So what are you going to say? I'm not going to try because we might not be that team? Like,
no, I just don't think. I think it's not that
like when now moves are important.
It's not that you're not going to try. It's just that if you do that, you're following the same archetype the Knicks have done every single year. They push all their chips to the middle.
Yeah, but this is a younger star. This is a younger star.
Joel Embiid is 28?
No.
27?
Think so.
By the time he gets on the Knicks, he's 28. That's aging for a big guy.
That's not aging.
For a big guy, how long is Joel Embiid going to be in the NBA?
He's in his prime right now.
I agree, but dog, so is Giannis. And they're not going anywhere. So is Jason Tatum.
Joel Embiid gives you more of a chance than you have right now.
I agree, but it doesn't give you a chance to mortgage your future because I don't think they're going to win.
You're either going to win a chip or you're in rebuilding mode. Being in the middle never usually is conducive.
And that's what I think
unless you're like the Heat or the Pacers.
Joel Embiid will be. They're just not going to be there. I think that, honestly, what they should really do is just, rebuild. Start from the scratch. Look what
that's tough with Brunson and Randle because they're good.
They already pushed their chips in the middle with Brunson. That's the problem. I get it. Brunson's a good piece.
Nah. They should have got him. That was a good move. He's a winning player.
Honestly, I think that the biggest issue with the Knicks is they need to.
It's their offense, bro. It's their system on offense.
I think it's their culture. They need to develop a culture.
Is decent.
No. But they need to develop.
Villanova is their culture.
Identity.
That's why they should bring in Jay Wright.
Bro.
Bring in Jay Wright.
And get Mikal Bridges too, right?
Why not? He makes any team better.
I agree, but they're not going to win nothing with them.
With Mikal Bridges and Joel? Now I'm asking for a lot.
Nah. But here's the thing. I think the reason, my point was, what I was trying to say is I think the reason the Knicks were good in the 90s is because they had an identity. They had a specific type of culture. And I think often they're moving so many pieces around that they never get to develop a culture. I think the great teams like the Golden State Warriors, they have kept similar pieces for such a long time that they have a culture. So when people come in, they adopt that culture. The Knicks have been switching their pieces around year after year after year, so they never ever develop any sort of identity, any sort of culture, and nobody longs to be there. The only thing the people want to get from New York is the marketing advantage that they're going to get. The amount of money.
Being in New York is cool too.
Being in New York is dope.
Yeah.
But the being a Knick is not dope.
There's only 3 teams with culture in the NBA: the Heat, the Spurs, and the Warriors. So you name one of them.
Okay, but the Warriors didn't have culture. When did they just got the culture?
There's no such thing as just getting culture. You got to develop it over time.
I'm saying that's what the Knicks need to do. They're a destination location. They can do this. That's the thing. Other places is harder because they're small market teams. The Knicks can do this shit. They just gotta grind. They gotta do what Houston's doing right now.
You're saying they're trying to skip steps.
100%.
Yeah.
And they always do because the Knicks is still a $5 billion franchise.
Yeah. So I actually watched the game versus the Celtics. I'm pretty sure it was game 1, if I'm not mistaken, and they played a very talented Celtics team. It was interesting because the Knicks actually played well, but the Celtics just out-talented them, and Porzingis looked like the best player on the floor.
Yeah, that's ironic.
I know, right?
The guy that they could have built off of.
He didn't want to be there. It was over. Yeah.
Yeah, because the culture sucks. You know what I mean? He didn't want to be there.
So you think he demanded a trade because of the culture that wasn't set with the
absolutely
in the building?
It's a shit show over there. Well, it's getting better though. I give them credit. They've gotten some pieces. World Wide West is doing some stuff over there. It's getting better, but I think that they gotta build around when the Knicks start being good is when they have a 22-year-old guy on their team that they're like, wow.
Brunson's young.
No, Brunson went to school for what, 3 years, 4 years, and this is his third year in the league. He's 26 or something, right? 26, 27.
Okay.
Yeah, but like when you have like his window's short. Like
I mean, Quickly is young.
you're not
McBride
building
is
off
young.
that. But like I'm talking about like if they were to get like a piece that was like 22, like 21, 22 that they drafted homegrown or
Oh, yeah,
got
that's-
like
that's
that,
tough to
that,
get.
that you're like
Yeah.
because that's how to win these days. It's like having these pieces that are kind of cheap that are bringing in value.
Pacers and Heat never went into tank mode. Pacers look like they're trending upwards. Heat are always good. They never went to a mode where they're like, we're trying to tank.
The Pacers and Heat,
Yeah.
but the Heat have a culture, right? And the Pacers have been bad. So like, I mean, they're not good. Like
They're getting better. They're trending in the right direction.
Okay, but they're not gonna win. So like,
They're
like,
trending towards being good, being a playoff team without ever like tanking. Like it could be done.
okay.
So you think the only way to be good is to be bad? And now they evened out.
I think now.
they evened out some of the lottery.
I think nowadays, yes. I think the way the NBA is going, absolutely.
You saw what they did with the lottery odds, though, right? They changed it a little bit to reduce tanking.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know
yeah.
how much that's going to change. I didn't go into the details of that. But at the same time, like, that is how teams have been getting good, like, out of nowhere. Like, the Sacramento Kings, they did that. Like, that's the perfect example that I was going to bring. Like, getting a piece like De'Aaron Fox where they're like, at age 21, they're like, this guy's our dude, and we can build off of him. And now people want to go to Sacramento. You know what I mean? Like Jalen Brunson's great, but, like, he's not a piece where you're like, man, I'm trying to go team up with Jalen Brunson. You know what I mean? And go to the Knicks or Julius Randle. You know what I mean? They both weren't drafted by them. They both came like underappreciated players that like get an dog. Here's the thing. The NBA is tough, right? Like there's a lot of talented people. I think there's a significant amount of people, if they went to the right team where they were like, yo, go crazy, son. Like dudes would be cooking. Like, I'm not saying that Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson aren't great. They are great. I thought, but nobody expected them to be the players that they were when they went to the Knicks. They got to the Knicks. It's because they have opportunity. I think there's a lot of dudes, like, I don't know, people talk about, we were talking about Bobo last episode, right? If Bobo goes to a team and somebody goes, go crazy, bro, he might put up some numbers. You know what I mean?
He did in the bubble.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, like, I'm not saying these guys aren't good, but I'm saying they're getting opportunities that they might not get on other teams. You know?
Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson, all-stars, all-star level players. And to segue to the all-star game, they have changed the format. I'm gonna miss the Elam ending. I thought that was dope. Like you have to win on a shot.
That was corny, bro.
That's not corny.
Bro, first of all, nobody knew the rules.
They should add that in the league.
Like, players didn't know the rules.
They should add that to overtime in the NBA.
Nah.
It's a great rule. I had actually Nick Elam on my show. Shouts to Combos Court.
Okay.
So, and then it's back to East-West. You like that?
I don't know. I guess it's something that was familiar that we all know, but like, I don't know. The All-Star game is messed up, bro. It's like it's
The dunk contest hasn't been the same in a while.
the whole All-Star weekend is junk except the 3-point contest. Like that's all people come to watch now. Like I remember being excited at one point about the skills challenge. That's just whack.
Bro, what are we doing, man? Why do they have that?
Bro, at one point I thought it was kind of cool, but now it's like everything is corny. Every single
Why do you think the
event.
dunk contest is corny these days?
I think LeBron ruined it. And I mean, I'm not saying this is a LeBron hater, but I think he ruined it. He made it uncool.
The reason it's not as cool as it used to be is because of the social media era. We could see every great dunk happening every day,
It doesn't matter.
and we became desensitized to great dunks.
So you're telling me if LeBron got in the dunk contest and did all those same exact great dunks that we've seen a million times on Instagram, that shit wouldn't go crazy?
But he can't do some of the dunks the professional dunkers are doing.
If he did.
Of course, but
All right, then
this
we're
guy-
not. Then
this guy's doing
then we do-
360s over ladders. LeBron's not doing that. He's 40. What are you
Okay,
talking about?
but okay, let's say someone like John Morant did that. Would we not go crazy?
Yeah, we would.
Exactly. So it's not. We do appreciate the same dunks.
You don't think we've become desensitized because of social media, seeing great dunks
think that's
from
part of it,
professional
but I don't think
dunkers
that's
all
a
the
big-
time?
I think that's part of it, but that's not the bigger issue. I think the bigger issue is that stars aren't in it.
You think the bigger issue is LeBron?
Well, I think stars aren't in it because LeBron chose not to be in it. He made it cool to not.
But
be
is
in
that
a
his
dunk contest.
fault that other people followed in his footsteps? That's not his
No,
fault. He
it's
just
not his
decided.
fault, but I'm just saying that's the reason. Like, it doesn't. I mean, people chose. Like, LeBron's one of the most influential players ever. So if you, as an influential player, do something, people are going to be influenced by you, right? Right.
It's fair.
So
I don't think he's the reason the dunk contest is bad these days, though.
I think. Do you agree with me that the dunk contest isn't good because stars aren't in it?
No.
You don't agree with that. So you
No,
think
I think the
that,
best dunker should be in it, whether you're young or a star or whoever the best. Like Zach LaVine's a star. He was in it.
Here's the
that was
thing.
a while back already.
Do you know there's a reason why stars are stars, right?
Why is that?
It's not just their talent. It's also their performance ability, right? Like
That's true.
like there's people that can score and it just looks boring. And then there's some people who flaunt it. You know what I mean? Like, they're stars for a reason. Like, they're entertainers. This is entertainment, right?
Are you not entertained?
We aren't entertained by the dunk contest. And we need the stars to help us entertain the dunk contest. That's what it comes down to. Like, bro, if I don't care if even if they weren't doing the best dunks, but they're doing some pretty
If Giannis
good dunks.
does a regular 360, nobody, it's not going to do anything. It's not going to move the needle. I mean,
Well,
people will be
Giannis isn't-
excited.
yeah,
People will be
Giannis-
excited if
no, I'm
Giannis
talking
gets
about the stars that could really dunk. The John Morants,
Anthony
the
Edwards. Anthony Edwards. That'd be good.
You know what I mean? LeBron in his prime, if he had done it. Zion, come on, bro. Like, you don't think that shit would be crazy if all those dudes were in the dunk contest?
It would be cool.
Come on, bro. People would be lined up. Yo, Zion's in it. Like, it would be wild.
You think they would line up for 40-year-old Bron? Or it's 39 now?
100%. I think 40-year-old Bron could move the needle in the dunk contest today. Bro. I seen some of the stuff he's still doing in warm-ups. You know? And I'm not saying that there are better dunks than Jordan killed whatever his name is, and
That man does like reverse 360s over.
bro. But that dude's also double jointed or some shit. Like, he be doing some wild shit, bro. He
probably
get
could.
his foot in the rim.
I wonder if he could
I
hoop.
seen him kick a ball out the rim and try to dunk it at the same time.
I wonder if he could hoop.
You know he can't hoop, bro. You know he just dunks and does yoga. That's it.
Draymond or Kyrie all time?
What are we talking? When you say all time, you got to define it. That's the thing, because like, if you're talking about all time NBA player, you have to go with Draymond. You have to. You got to, bro. Dog, you have to. Like,
Have you ever
but
watched
basketball player?
Have you ever watched Kyrie play basketball?
Bro, why would we even bring up the topic, dog, if it wasn't a debate? Kyrie's a better basketball player than Draymond.
Okay, so
Who was an all-time better NBA player? Who?
Kyrie.
It's Draymond,
You know what?
bro.
When you're the second best player on a championship team, it's a lot different than being the third. Actually, you know what? He might be the second.
Who?
Draymond might be the second best player in the
He
world.
is, bro. He's the second most valuable player on that team. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that's fair.
He has a better all-time career so far than Kyrie. Like, dog, he's a defensive player of the year. He's got 4 championships, bro. Come on, dog. Like, there was a lot better players than Dennis Rodman, but Dennis Rodman is one of the best all-time players of ever. Like,
Kyrie-
at a certain point, they were treating Dennis Rodman like they were treating Ben Simmons.
Kyrie Irving or Dennis Rodman?
Oh, Dennis. Come on, fam. Dennis Rodman got 5 chips, bro. Come on. Dog, Kyrie is... Am I lying, people? Am I lying? Am I crazy? Who you think? You think Kyrie's better than Dennis Rodman all time as an NBA player?
Yeah.
Dog, first of all, Kyrie doesn't play. You know that, right? He plays like 50% of his games. It's like that. Like, availability is part of being good. You know that, right? He has better moments. I'll tell you that. But like, we're talking about all-time NBA career. Kyrie has better moments. I 100% agree.
Who's a better basketball player?
Oh, Kyrie. Kyrie is one of the best basketball players ever. Like straight up. Like hoop, just playing basketball.
I can't believe you said Reggie Miller was overrated. Carried a franchise for 15 to 19 years. It's a ridiculous statement.
No, I said that Reggie Miller. Like, see, I think this is the biggest problem with the word overrated. It's too triggering.
Well, because we don't know
like
where he's rated.
People treat the word overrated as like trash. No, it means it means hold on. It means rated higher.
Who's setting the rating? That's another thing.
Well, that's one thing. But I think when I say overrated, I mean we look at we have like Reggie Miller. We like what's the word? How do you use a verb for icon?
This is a blooper.
This is a blooper.
That's all I know.
Anyways, all right. So, oh my God, he's about to. Yeah.
That was crazy.
You need water? Yo, veins popping out your forehead, brother. Damn.
Yo, what was that? That was crazy.
I was trying to figure out the word.
Go ahead, man. Oh,
so,
man.
like, Reggie Miller, right, has some iconic moments that people will remember forever, right? And I think because of that, like, he is glorified in a specific way. His numbers aren't great. Carrying a franchise, okay. He was the star player on that franchise for a while. They weren't good for a long stretch. They got good towards the early to middle 90s. Then they had a finals run where they thought they were going to win, but they got blown out.
I feel like
then by the time when they actually were a legitimate contender, he wasn't even the best player on the team anymore. It was Ron Artest. Until Ron, had to change his name to Meta.
Yeah, and the malice.
Yeah. So I think that Reggie Miller is a great player, but I think because of his iconic moments that he had in the playoffs particularly, people think he's this mystical, phenomenal shooting guard where, like, if you look at Mitch Richmond's numbers, they're better than his.
Mitch Richmond was nice.
What?
Mitch Richmond was nice.
God, Mitch Richmond is one of the most underrated players, but he just played in Sacramento, for so long. If you look at Richard Hamilton's numbers, they're very similar to Reggie Miller's.
Yeah, but you can't, I just feel like when you carry a franchise that holds so much weight, and he did so in a respectable and with dignity, even though he used to torture the Knicks. And those moments matter too versus the Knicks.
Absolutely. And I think one thing about Reggie Miller, he's one of the most clutch players to play the game. And I think people think about buzzer beaters, but I think Reggie Miller was one of the greatest players where it was in terms of
he was one of the greatest shooters too.
Yeah, one of the greatest shooters, but you're down by 4 or 5 with 3-4 minutes left. And if you don't get a bucket, everyone on your team is going to stop playing just because they're it's over at that point. You know what I mean? And Reggie Miller was one of the best players at keeping his team in the game in those moments. And those are clutch moments that I think don't get factored in the whole equation of creating clutch. You know what I mean?
Clutch is overrated.
Yeah,
I
think clutch numbers are overrated, but I think clutch in itself is so wide.
When you're great, you're going to be clutch for the most part.
Yeah, who's the most clutch player you think of?
Ever?
Probably
Jordan.
Yeah. Kobe was pretty clutch, brother. Why do you hate Kobe so much, right?
I don't hate Kobe, but Jordan was more clutch.
Okay, yeah. 1A and 1B and 1A, A1 and B.
No, 1 and 2. If Kobe was 2, was Kobe 2?
So Kobe's 2 for you?
LeBron probably 2.
LeBron, clutch. Okay.
He actually, the numbers say he's very clutch.
You just said the numbers are overrated. No.
Clutch
you
was
said,
overrated.
Yeah, and that's how they define clutch.
There you have it, episode 4 with Ash and Combo. If he's with us, tag him in the comments. We're out.